Welcome to Win the Day from Back to the Bible. I'm your coach, Pastor Nat, and today we're going to talk about what to do with that wandering soul in your life. Not all who wander are lost. Have you ever heard that before? I'm sure you have because it's a popular t-shirt and bumper sticker slogan. But I wonder, is it true? Well, sure, not all who wander are lost. But what about the majority? Are they lost? If so, lost where? What is our role in helping them? James has the answers for us today in James chapter 5, beginning in verse 19. My brothers and sisters, if any among you strays from the truth, and someone turns him back, let that person know that whoever turns a sinner from the error of his way will save his soul from death and cover a multitude of sins. James wraps up his letter to these dispersed and persecuted Christians with a sobering directive. He says, brothers and sisters. In other words, he's saying, friends, family, listen up. This is really important. If any among you strays from the truth. Well, I wonder, who is James talking about? Who are these potential people? What does stray even mean? And what is he talking about when he says the truth? Well, the people are non-believers or notional Christians who happen to be part of the crowd. But finally, they're wandering away from Christ and the church. There are many people today who have been raised in the faith, attended church their whole life. They identify as Christian, but really don't have that saving faith. It's identity by association, tradition, or intellectual assent. But over time, that lack of saving faith draws them away from the truth. Okay, but what is the truth? It's the gospel. It is that soul-saving message. Now, if we know of their departure, it should be our loving and caring response to go after them. Now, notice what it says. It does not say to give them false assurance or even to drag them back. What James says is, if someone turns them back, we know that we have no saving power. All that we can do is influence them through our lives and sharing that life-saving gospel, the truth. You see, we can share the hope of God through sharing His Word. But you may be wondering, how can I be sure that these people aren't just wayward Christians? Well, you see, James calls them sinners. And then he says that we are able to bring them back. That is when their soul is saved and their sins are covered. These are non-believers who were part of the Christian fold who display their disbelief by eventually walking away. Our job is to share the gospel. And as 1 Corinthians says, so then neither the one who plants nor the one who waters is anything, but only God who gives the growth. Paul says this in Romans chapter 1, verse 16. He says, for I am not ashamed of the gospel, because it is the power of God for salvation to everyone who believes, first to the Jew and also to the Greek. So here's my challenge for you today. Go deliver the gospel of truth. There are many false converts today. Now, James has said that faith without works is dead. Jesus said, you shall know the false teachers by their fruit. Friend, once someone walks away from the faith, we have the privilege to deliver the good news. Remember, we don't save anyone. We simply get to be Christ's ambassadors by sharing God's powerful word. So do so today. When we lovingly pursue those who wander, that is when we will win the day.